The only way to make money in America was to play a sport. If I really wanted to be successful, I needed to shoot a ball, run fast, catch a football, or hit a baseball. That's what I thought. My name's Caleb Leach. I am currently pursuing my master's degree in theology here at the University of Toronto. I grew up in Kentucky and I'll always be a Kentucky boy. Being a small town athlete in Kentucky, especially in my community, I knew I was the best in my sport. I knew I was the best in my city, my county, the next 5 counties over. No one could tell me anything. This was my senior year of high school. I just signed to Florida Tech University. At the time, I was ecstatic. I was extremely happy and proud of myself. I'm getting to go out of state to go to college, and I have a scholarship to do that. So when I got to college, I saw there's a number of athletes who are faster than me, they're stronger than me, smarter than me. I didn't know if I could compete with these guys. I didn't know if I just lied to myself all through high school and hyped myself up. That set me back because I never had failed. I never actually had been the lesser athlete on the field before. In that same season, I went from first string all the way to fourth string on the roster. I still had the dream to go on and play football because I knew in my gut, I'm good at this. Luckily, I got a second chance to come here to Toronto to get a master's degree and play ball. So now I'm here in Canada.
Our number one core value is education. We don't ask how good of an athlete you are first. We ask what your GPA is first. We ask what your average is. That's what we need to know.
Every teammate I have is actually extremely, extremely smart. Every single time I speak to them, I'm impressed with some knowledge that they have that I'd never expected anybody to have. So I started to read different books. I started to dig deeper into my own studies. Rather than spending 8 hours of my day on a field and in the gym, I actually try to hang out with more people in the library. I actually hang out with more people in my field of study and have different conversations with them at lunch, just so I can try to feed off their knowledge and learn something that maybe they know that I don't know.
Every time I went into the locker room, Caleb was in there diligently typing away. He's, in a master's of theology, does a lot of writing. He spent a ton of time writing papers from the computer in the locker room.
I still had this desire to do really well in my sport, but when I found it in the classroom, it kind of caught me by surprise to find this new sense of accomplishment, this new sense of success that wasn't in the shape of a football, but it was in the shape of a book, where I realized I was more than a football player. I realized I actually could be a smart kid. Anytime I step into the locker room, first thing I usually do are putting on my cleats. And my cleats is my sign of my second chance. It's my sign of I have a new opportunity to do this right. And I can walk a new path. And I can run it the correct way instead of trying to force my own path this time.
Our first game last season, I was like, dude, what are you doing? So he spray paints his cleats, and at the end of the game, kind of like looks at them, evaluates them, and if they're still fully painted, he's not happy. He looks to have as much paint chipped off them as possible. If he could get them completely back to white, that would be his goal. The main idea is to show how much work he's put in over the course of the game. That's why he does it.
I can get out here and I can attack this world with the same athletic mentality. And I never approached my academics like that before. At least I didn't understand how to approach my academics like that before.
As far as his grades, they've all been high. I think he's evolved into an outstanding student, and I actually think Caleb's already transitioned into being a student first, a professional first, and I think he's gonna let football take it where it takes him. But he also has embraced what's gonna carry him the rest of his life, and that's his academic experience and whatever he does professionally.
I never thought I'd be here in Toronto, in this amazing big city. I'm thankful I did fail because it forced me to, in a way, find myself and find my identity, not just in football, but outside of football and academics and in different friends and everything.